Welcome into the varsity part of the evening tonight as we get ready for this varsity contest here between the Cyclones of West Prairie and as we get ready for tonight's action between the Elmwood Trojans and the West Prairie Cyclones here. Glad you're alongside us here for TSSR Game Time Live as we get ready for the varsity contest. It is packed house here tonight, Will.
Oh, yeah, I mean, the FBI's even showed up, I can see.
I see that. As we wait here, the Trojans in the orange, and I'm sorry, there's a little bit of Greg that always will bleed a little orange and black. Makes me think of Plymouth, of course, but not the case tonight. And again, welcome into more of TSSR's game coverage. I'm going to be stepping away for a little while as I coach in junior high girls basketball, so I'll step aside to do that for a little bit and then be back, I believe, for senior night as I was looking at things. As we are ready here. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to West Prairie Junior Senior High School for tonight's matchup between the Trojans of Elmwood and your West Prairie Cyclones! At this time, please rise, gentlemen and ladies, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And now, let's meet the starting lineups for the contest here this evening. First, for the visiting team on the scoreboard, wearing the orange and black, the Elmwood Trojans. Number 19, Paige Ryan. Number 9, Lexi Begner. Number 20, Cheyenne Burge. Number 8, Leah Holslander. Number 2, Gianna Ramirez. Number 3, Sammy Centers. And the libero tonight, number 13, Ren Kellenberger. Trojans are coached by Chelsea Brown and assisted by Carla Begner. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, West Prairie District 103 is proud to present the starting lineup for your West Prairie Cyclones! Number 8, Madeline Sullivan. Number 7, JC Ray. Nope, so. Number 4, Naya Zimmerman. Number 5, Madison Adams. Number 2, Olivia Barkley. And number 6, Alexa Barkley. The libero tonight, Abby Starbuck. Cyclones are coached by Drew Snyder, assisted by Gwen Kalke. Officials for tonight's game, Leah Brown and Sherry Hampton. Good luck to both teams this evening. And welcome again, ladies and gentlemen, in here to TSSR Game Time Live's coverage of Cyclone Volleyball. And of course, we had a lot of teams all throughout the area. Being with TSSR, we catch a lot of the Prairie Land Conference folks. I believe tonight Macomb was in action versus Illini West, if I'm not mistaken. And tonight, Alumni Night. As they get ready here, Cyclones in the home black uniforms. Elmwood in the black and orange. As the JV Cyclones took it home in 2, 25-12, 25-15. And we get ready for this evening's action. Madeline Sullivan will serve it first here. Head coach Drew Snyder, a few last minute words here. She replaces Alexa Barkley, and we'll let fly with it. Ace cameraman Will Phelps on camera tonight. Silent partner, I guess, as it were. Sullivan into the jump serve, lets it go into the back row. That's going to be popped up by Kellenberger off the seat. And folks, I know for home fans, but for those watching from Elmwood and beyond, the ceiling is deceptively short here at West Prairie. It is 1-0 in favor of the Cyclones. Madeline Sullivan walking into it, high back row. Kellenberger off up front for Ryan, tapped through. And Starbuck plays it for West Prairie. Loaded to the outside, Nia Zimmerman. Tipped up there by Centers. And loaded now for Adams. Off the block with a big kiss. And drops it in for a 2-0 lead. Madeline Sullivan will let fly with it as she's up on the outside. Fires it across. Kellenberger, a little trouble with it. That's going to go to the back wall. High deep and generally unplayable for a 3-0 lead for the Cyclones. Slap dribble out again. Madeline Sullivan walks up to it, winds, and fires it over right underneath it. There is Centers. They're going to bring it up front. Tipped across by Begner. And the Cyclones play it. Set on the outside. Nia Zimmerman a little wide left. And that'll put the Trojans on the board at 3-1. That'll bring back to serve Paige Ryan. She'll let it fly here. Serve back row off the hands of Abby Starbuck. She and Liv Barkley are going to try to decide who was going to take that. The makes it 3-2. And we're glad you're tuning in here from wherever you are. Ryan again, hard jump serve off Starbuck, high up to the ceiling. Set on the outside, Zimmerman into the net with it, and we're tied at 3 apiece. A 3-piece each way. As Paige Ryan once again will load it. Strong jump serve. Low line drive off Liv Barkley. Set up for Adams on the left side. Stuffed. Cyclone's able to send it back across, and Ryan loads it up in the middle. That one pounded off the block by Burge, who puts it in for a 4-3 Elmwood lead. Elmwood leads it here by a 4-3 margin. She will wind and send. Deep back row. Barkley up with it. Sullivan going to tip it across and dropped it home. Caught him napping in there. 4-4. Side out for West Prairie as Nia Zimmerman goes back to serve. Zimmerman serve. Knocked up high by Holslander. Pounded down by Bird. In and good. And makes it 5-4. So Bird's doing a great job there up front. Again, 5-4, 1 point advantage here for the Cyclones, or for the Trojans of Elmwood. As that serve deep back row, Sullivan had to keep it out of the net. Adams across with it. They'll tip it across in the hands of Holslander. And now loaded for Barkley. She'll hit it. Dug at the floor. Helped up. And then Ryan's just going to tap it over. Reynoso under it to Sullivan. Back set Adams. Tip time. Popped up by Begner. And back on the front. Tough job up front. Gina Ramirez, as the Cyclones say, stay on your tight. And it makes it 5-5. 5-5 tie here. Abby Starbuck, line drive serve off Ramirez. They load it for Burge. Hits it off the box. Going to drop in and good. And 6-5. Elmwood jumps into the advantage. That brings off the bench number 29. Gwen Agan, sophomore for the Trojans. Serving Burge. Back row off of Nia Zimmerman. They load it for Adams on the outside. Stuff, and down it goes. Egan puts the pound job on it and makes it a timeout on the floor. We'll step aside. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Every McDonough District Hospital sports medicine and rehabilitation patient receives one-on-one appointment times with a licensed staff member. They develop a personalized recovery and treatment plan to turn your setback into a comeback. We offer physical and occupational therapy, vestibular rehabilitation, speech-language pathology, cardiac and pulmonary rehabilitation, dry needling, and pelvic floor therapy. MDH, your community physical therapy partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
Back here as the Trojans break the huddle here. They have a 2-point advantage, 7-5. Burge ready to load it up here. Her serve off of Nia Zimmerman. They bring it up front for Alexa Barkley. Dug nicely in the back row, but Ryan could not track it down off of the ceiling. 7-6, 1-point advantage here. Macy Branch in for Madison Adams. Macy Branch, eyes flies, low line drive, picked up by the libero Kellenberger, outside for Ramirez, blocked, she'll tip it back up, Eggins helps it out, and Burge will send it through. Barkley up front, they load it for Alexa Barkley, dug by Kellenberger to the net, Ryan can't get it out of there, we're tied at 7 apiece. 7 up as it were. 7-7 tie, Macy Branch eyes and flies for number 2. Brings the line drive, Burge up to the front, Ryan keeps it high, Egan knocks it back, Sullivan sends it back through, killing them softly with her song. 8-7, West Prairie rallies into the advantage here. And Macy Branch will send it. Serve by Branch, back her off of Burge. Ryan gonna load up the outside. Ramirez hits that into the net. And the Cyclone run makes it 9-7. Trying to take control of this one. As Branch brings it, that one sent right back across. Zimmerman able to get it. Up for Liv Barkley, off the blocks, and down it goes. Timeout called by the Trojans. 10-7 lead here for West Prairie in game 1 right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
When you trust your healthcare needs to MDH, you'll receive the highest quality, compassionate care from our nationally accredited medical departments and award-winning staff. We are here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, providing exceptional care right here in Macomb. We also accept Aetna, HealthLink, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and most other insurance plans for your convenience. McDonough District Hospital, your regional healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
Welcome back into West Prairie Cyclone Volleyball here on TSSR Game Time Live. Also covering football, girls and boys basketball. Branch sets it up, fires it over, and that one's hit sideways by Burge. Nice try by Ramirez to save it. Could not get it. 11-7, 4-point advantage now for the Cyclones of West Prairie. Serve by Branch. That one popped up by Ryan. Ramirez gonna tip. Liv Barkley gets it to the floor, loaded for Alexa, off of Kellenberger and back. And the Cyclone run has reached officially a bunch. 12-7 now, 5-point lead. Branch eyes it, sends again. Taken in the back row there by Houslander. Ramirez pounds it over, Cyclones try to recover. Branch tips it across, and Burge with it. Ryan outside, Ramirez And a net violation. I believe Egan got a little too close to the net. 13-7, 6-point advantage for the Cyclones. Branch pounds it off Holslander. They bring it up on the outside. Ramirez again. She had to reach back, and that one is out beyond the outstick. And we continue to go along here. The Cyclones starting to take advantage. Serve that one out of bounds. That makes it 14-8. Big side out there for the Trojans as they try to get it back here. And now coming in to serve is number 4, Jade Conley. Just remember her from the JV contest. Conley, eyes and sends, back row off a Branch. Sullivan loads it up. Liv Barkley stuffed, but Zimmerman able to recover. Tipped across, and Ramirez keeps it high. Back for Sullivan. She's stuffed, and they'll load again. Liv Barkley, tip is down and good, and puts it home. Liv Barkley back here to serve. 15-8 lead now for the Cyclones in game number 1. It is best 2 out of 3 falls here. Barkley's line drive off of Burge. Comes up Ryan to Egan, and Liv Barkley digs it up. They'll load Alexa up front. And Kellenberger up to Ramirez. Back row, Barkley wisely pulls her hands down. (16-8). Barkley, back row, hits the back line and good. 17-8. That's one of those fought the line won. Liv Barkley across with it, back row off of Burge up to the front, tipped over, and Sullivan's got it. Branch up to the net, and Zimmerman got a little too far over. So bring it back over here to Elmwood. Ramirez out. As Kellenberger will come in, they'll do the libero swap and bring Begner in on the front row. Again, 17-9, West Prairie by 8. Kellenberger off of Starbuck. Sullivan up with it to Barkley, down and good, and it makes it 18-9. Said it before, I'll say it again. Our Barkleys are definitely worse than our bite. As Alexa Barkley comes back here to serve, 18-9. Serve tips the net, Kellenberger. And now Bird's going to try to hit it across, cannot do so, and it makes it 19-9. Cyclones taken away here. Alexa Barkley, low line drive off Kellenberger, up front to Ryan, tipped over, Branch, nice save, up to Sullivan who puts it, well, Elmwood able to return it. And J.C. Reynoso up with it. Tipped back across. Popped up by Ryan. Sent over and played by Barkley. Up to Sullivan at the net. Reynoso, Egan swats it, but Zimmerman able to flip it over and good and make it 20-9. Timeout by Elmwood. We'll step aside as well. This is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
Whether it's an emergency situation or an outpatient scan, McDonough District Hospital's radiology department offers the tests you need right here in Macomb. If you need an MRI, a CT scan, ultrasound, x-ray, a bone density scan, or to schedule an annual mammogram, our experienced radiology staff will provide high-quality, compassionate care. McDonough District Hospital, your community radiology partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
Welcome back in here. The Cyclones trying to put a finishing kick on game number 1. It is 20-9. Barkley with it. Serve back row by off of Begner up to Egan. She'll hit it high off the blocks, and the Trojans will get it back. Abby Starbuck in and Alexa Barkley out. As they'll sub coming in for Elmwood is Sammy Centers. Her serve in off Liv Barkley. Over for Reynoso. She'll like a long wander to it. Centers brings it up. Ryan to Kellenberger. Played by Branch. That one hit high off the ceiling. And that one going to go out of bounds. So a couple in a row here for the Cyclone, or the Trojans rather, makes it 20-11. Serve off of Starbuck, high up for Sullivan on the outside. Nia Zimmerman into the net with it. And 3 in a row here by Elmwood. 3 in a row by the Trojans of Elmwood. Paige Ryan fires to Liv Barkley. Sullivan going to tip it across, out of bounds. And so the Cyclones, one of the things that's plagued them throughout this season is these long lulls where they have unforced errors. Lead is down to 7, low line drive. Sullivan up with it on the outside. Nia Zimmerman hits it across, miss it there by Hoslander. Adams in, Branch out for West Prairie. 21-13. Madeline Sullivan, back row. Kellenberger is there. They bring it up front to Burge. Push it down. Barkley cannot catch up with it. Liv Barkley getting it. Stays 21-14. So Elmwood hanging in here in this game one. Paige Ryan. Ready to let fly with it. Off of Liv Barkley. Sullivan had to go track it down. Nia Zimmerman pounds that one back row and out of bounds, and the lead's down to 6. Drew Snyder will talk it over, so will we. 21-15, lead down to 6 for the Cyclones in game one. Let's take this timeout on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My name is Kelsey Cunningham. I'm a nurse practitioner with the cardiology department here at McDonough District Hospital. Cardiology is like a big puzzle. A lot of things can be traced back to the heart, and to see somebody in your office at the beginning of the process really down on themselves and not feeling like their best self, and I think in their mind never really thinking that they're going to recover from that, to fast forward 6 months where they're back doing things they once did. It's the ultimate goal, and I love to see it happen.
Right back here as the serve by Ryan on the way. Cyclones load up Nia Zimmerman and puts it in and good. It makes it 21-15. Cyclones again trying to pull away here. Nia Zimmerman eyes it, sends it, and it's picked up by Kellenberger back row. They bring it up for Burge, down and good. And again, the Elmwood Trojans will not go away. Almost like early on in this game, they used some kind of horse. Serve, back row. Off of Starbuck, they loaded outside. Liv Barkley off the top of the net. Ryan's underneath it. Ramirez gonna set it for her. She'll bring it down, dive on the floor. Starbuck up for Adams, punches it over, and Begner's got it to Burge. Puts it in and good. And it is 22-17. 22-17. Lead all the way down to 5. Serve again, Starbuck up front, back to Burge, who says, "Thou hast not deposited, thou shalt not get a return." And the anxiety levels coming a little higher now, 22-18. And in the early season, that's been one of the things. The Cyclones having trouble finishing stuff. Adams up with it to Reynoso. And Ryan works it over to Ramirez. She'll tip. Back row, Nia Zimmerman's got it. Sullivan across with it. Off the back row, centers. They'll keep it alive. And tipped over. Reynoso now for Adams. Adams off the block and down. And that'll make it 23-18. As the Cyclones get it back after a long run there by Elmwood. Starbuck off of Kellenberger. They bring it to the front to Bird. She'll hit it off the blocks. Zimmerman can't get it out of bounds. 23-19. Egan will come in. Coming out will be Centers as Burge will serve. Her serve taken by Zimmerman back up to the net. Sullivan can't get it. And it's 23-20. Cyclone's going to make this tighter than maybe one thought it would have been. Elmwood's done a great job chipping their way back in. Zimmerman again, up for Barkley. She'll tip it on the net and drops home and in. 24-20, game point here for West Prairie. Adams out, Macy Branch in to serve here. Branch to the serve, line drive, Kellenberger trouble with it, into the bleachers, and that's a game winner. The Cyclones win it 25-20 in game number one. An eventful and long game number one, so we'll be back in just a couple moments for game number two, right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We are back for game number two here, and let's get you the lineups on the floor here for the Trojans of Elmwood. It is Paige Ryan, also Sammy Centers. It is Cheyenne Burge, joined by Lexi Begner and Leah Hulslander. Also Gianna Ramirez there as well. Kellenberger, Ren Kellenberger, waiting to come in. And on the floor for the Cyclones, Abby Starbuck, Liv Barkley, Macy Branch, Nia Zimmerman, JC Reynoso, and Madeline Sullivan. Serving first for Elmwood, Paige Ryan. She'll bring it back row. Off of Zimmerman, sent across by Sullivan. Hulslander up there to bring it to Begner, to Liv Barkley. High on the outside, Zimmerman stuffed up there by Burge, who tips it away from Reynoso. Nice save of the floor by Sullivan, flipped over by Zimmerman, and Centers brings it up. Burge across, and Liv Barkley's got it loaded for Nia Zimmerman. Dug back row. Ryan, long setup on the outside, Begner tips, and Zimmerman brings it back across. Kellenberger, Ryan, Burge, down! Beauty of a setup there. They were able to pound it down there. 1-0 lead here for Elmwood. After all that, just 1-0. Serve line drive off of Barkley, high in the air to Sullivan, loaded for Reynoso, stuffed. And they'll load it again outside for Nia Zimmerman, tips it over, and they're going to catch Zimmerman for being in the net. Had a collision between Kellenberger and Burge. Two to nothing lead here for Elmwood. Serve back row off Barkley. High up to Sullivan. She'll tip it across. And centers takes it in the back. They bring it up for Begner. Begner back row off Barkley. Loaded for Reynoso. Tipped up. And outside for Nia Zimmerman. Sent right back across. And Branch couldn't get it. 3-0 Elmwood with the lead. Elmwood leads it here, 3-0 so far. As Paige Ryan pounds it. Now the loadout for Zimmerman on the outside. That one in and goes over to West Prairie. Madison Adams in, Macy Branch out here for West Prairie as Madeline Sullivan serves. 3-1 Elmwood. Her serve, deep back row, Kellenberger up with it. Ryan to Burge, straight down and good. Man, when they get Burge set up, she pounds that thing home. And Elmwood leads 4-1. Serve by Begner off of Starbuck up to Sullivan, loaded for Reynoso. And they get underneath it. Fake, come out to Ramirez off Starbuck. Barkley chases it down, and Zimmerman will tip it across. Ryan keeps an eye. Burge flips it over and good. And it makes it 5-1. Drew Snyder up and off the bench. Wants to talk it over. 5-1 Elmwood in game 2. Let's take this time out on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Every McDonough District Hospital sports medicine and rehabilitation patient receives one-on-one appointment times with a licensed staff member. They develop a personalized recovery and treatment plan to turn your setback into a comeback. We offer physical and occupational therapy, vestibular rehabilitation, speech-language pathology, cardiac and pulmonary rehabilitation, dry needling, and pelvic floor therapy. MDH, your community physical therapy partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
Back here, and it has been all Trojan so far. Serve coming again by Begner, off of Liv Barkley. Sullivan high in the air, Zimmerman. That one got through the hands of Burge and down, so an important stop for the Cyclones. Nia Zimmerman will serve here for West Prairie. Eyes it and sends it. And Kellenberger's got it at the floor. Ryan up front. Ramirez long tip to Zimmerman. Sullivan up high with it. Liv Barkley will bump it across, and Kellenberger takes it for the Trojans. To Burge, pounds in and good. And my goodness, when they get her set up right, she is deadly. Centers out, Egan in for the Trojans. 6-2 they lead here as Burge will serve it. Line drive serve off Zimmerman. Sullivan gets it on the run. Over to Liv Barkley. Back row slices it home and in. Alexa Barkley in. J.C. Reynoso out. And Abby Starbuck to serve. Starbuck will eye and send it here. Serve. They fake to Egan, come to Ramirez, back row, drops it home and good. 7-3. Elmwood trying to make this a 3-game night. As Conley will check in, checking out will be Holzlander. Conley eyes it up. Loads it high, knuckleball floater off of Zimmerman. Sullivan back sets it. Adams, back there by Conley. Ryan for Egan. She'll lollipop it through, and the Cyclones play it. Starbuck for Sullivan, the back row attack. Pounds it out of bounds. 8-3, Elmwood. 8-3, Elmwood. Conley, knuckleball again off Liv Barkley. They'll set her up on the outside, hits it into the net, makes it 9-3, and the Elmwood run continues. Elmwood continuing at their run here, 9-3, they lead in game 2. High floater serve, set up for Alexa Barkley. Kellenberger digs it, out to Ramirez. Ramirez load up, get it in. And things really falling off here for West Prairie, down by 7, 10-3. Has Conley. Reddy's with it. Eisenson, that one gonna go out of bounds. Macy Branch in and Madison Adams out. Conley's gonna go out. As Hulslander will come back in. Cyclones gonna have to dig themselves back in, down 10-4. Macy Branch, nice strong serve. Burge takes it, middle back row. Ryan fakes it up to Ramirez. That one off Starbuck. And a nice catch by Mrs. Geltmacher. And Elmwood again up by 7, 11-4. And again, trying to make it a 3-gamer. As Kellenberger brings it. Starbuck high to the net. Egan keeps it high. They'll bring it on the outside. Flipped over and down. As Hulslander able to get it to drop in. And I'm telling you, when it's going good, it's going good. 12-4, they lead it here by 8. And Kellenberger, that one, a short shot, dropped over. Begner pounds it down. And the Cyclones bring it up. Hit across by Barkley. Ryan up to Kellenberger, back to Ryan. She'll drop it. Sullivan dives on the floor to get it. Sullivan, or actually, Neiserman to Branch. Kellenberger up. Fake to Egan's, coming to the outside. Hulslander, dug by Kellenberger again. Brought up, across, and Barkley's there. Sullivan will tip it across. Hulslander gets it. Egan with it. Down the block and good. And it makes it 13-4 Elmwood in game 2. As they lead it here, let's take this time out on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I think the rewarding parts of my job are seeing people over time and seeing getting to know them and getting to know their families. And that's very exciting to see them and get them better over time, especially if I'm able to find out something that other places haven't. And that's kind of what drew me to family medicine. You know, I try to get along with people and treat them as I would my family. Do what we can to get the patients taken care of day in and day out. It's pretty supportive. I'm Dr. Michael Waters. I'm a family physician here at the McDonough District Hospital Family Clinic.
Welcome back here. Cyclones gonna have to get the big spade out as they're down big here, 13-4. And Elmwood has really gotten it rolling here in this game number 2. Kellenberger, low line drive off Starbuck, right back over. And Burge, the back row attack. That one a little bit long and out of bounds. 13-5, 8-point leader, and a big sight out there for West Prairie. Thought it was getting away from him there and then able to bring it back. Served by Liv Barkley. Taken in the back row by Hulslander. Kellenberger helps it up front. Ryan brings it over. Alexa Barkley to Sullivan, back to Alexa Barkley, and just kind of palmed that one into the net. It's 14-5. Egan out and centers in. Lexi centers Sherman here. 14-5. Lead is again 9 for Elmwood. Liv Barkley with it. Sullivan out to Zimmerman. Tips it. And they'll load it up. Burge pounds it again, and she has really picked them apart here in this game too. Now up 15-5, and really starting to roll with it. That one, centers kind of hit it into the net, so it'll stay 15-6. JC Reynoso in, Abby Starbuck out, and Alexa Barkley back to serve. Barkley, that one you could tell the minute it went off her hand, it was going long. As 16-6, again a 10-point lead, and that's going to bring Paige Ryan. Ryan serve. Everybody let Barkley up to the net. That one, Sullivan able to pop it high. Reynoso across with it. Kellenberger up. And Ryan Holslander mishit it. So the Cyclones will get it back. Madison Adams in. Macy Branch out for West Prairie. And Madeline Sullivan at the serve. Sullivan. High, deep, and across with it. Up for Burge, down and good. Bing, bang. Put it in. And now that they've got Burge firing on all cylinders, she has been tough. Holslander back to serve. Pounds one off of Starbuck back row. Sullivan. Outside Nia Zimmerman's tough. And a little humiliation on top. Bounced off her head when it came back. As the Trojans say, stay on your own side. 18-7, highest lead of 11. Serve off of Barkley, off the ceiling. Sullivan able to return it, and Adams hits that one out of bounds. It is 19-7. Trojans running away with game two. Short serve this time. Up for Zimmerman. She'll attack at it, and centers gets it off the floor. Helmed out. Burge pops it over. Barkley loads it. Out to Adams. Off the blocks. Centers with a nice save. They keep it alive, but Holslander and Ryan had a little collision there. 19-8, 11-point advantage now for Elmwood as Nia Zimmerman serves it. Kellenberger up. Ryan now for Ramirez, pushes it back row. Out of bounds, said it was out by just a touch. So the Cyclones putting two together for the first time in quite some time. Serve, line drive off of Kellenberger. Ryan gonna help it out over to Ramirez, punch shot. Now they load it up outside. Liv Barkley, dug by center's back row, but hit the out stick. And so the Cyclones now with three in a row. Nia Zimmerman pounds it down the line. Ramirez up to Burge. They bring in Burge. You knew she kind of was hitting it sideways into the net. 19-11, cuts the lead down to 8, led by as many as 12. Ramirez up to the net. Reynoso hits it down. Kellenberger pops it high. Outside Ramirez, over the box. Adams tries to keep it alive, but can't. And the Elmwood Trojans get an important side out. Centers out, Egan in for Elmwood. Burge will serve. And that one, saw that coming right off her hand, going out of bounds, 20-12. Cyclones with a little life. JC Reynoso out and Alexa Barkley in. Starbuck to Burge, who brings it back over. Zimmerman to Sullivan. Sullivan outside, Liv Barkley. Down and good. And that's a big shot there for the Cyclones. Still down by 7. As Abby Starbuck will go back there, trying to inch him back. Burge up front to Ryan. Fake to Egan's to Ramirez. Tipped. Kept alive. Sent over and Starbucks got it. They got to bring it to Liv Barkley. Burge digs it off the ceiling, but Kellenberger couldn't track it down. 20-14, and the Cyclones continue to chip their way back in. Burge with the serve. Kellenberger off the ceiling. Ryan tips it over. And Liv Barkley takes it. Sullivan load up. Alexa Barkley in and good. And the lead's down to 5. Timeout on the floor by Elmwood. Will step aside as well. This is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
The MDH Community Pharmacy in Macomb is open 7 days a week, including extended hours on the weekdays for your convenience. Our team is available to answer questions about all your medications, and we offer free local home deliveries. Aetna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Medicare, and most insurance plans are accepted. McDonough District Hospital, your community healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
MDH, one of our fine sponsors here. Abby Starbuck will pound it off Kellenberger. Up to the net, Ryan keeps alive, and then Ramirez sends it. Nice job by Starbuck to track it down. Liv Barkley pounds it in and good again. 20-16, the lead all the way down to 4. Cyclones chipping their way back into this one. Elslander bring it up to Ramirez. That one down and good, and the Trojans get a huge stop. Now can the Cyclones dig in and get a stop? Conley replaces Holslander rather. 21-16, 5-point advantage here. Conley serve to Neisner, up to Sullivan, and hauled the lift there as Sullivan tried to bring it back. 22-16. Conley will try to inch him a little closer, get a 3-gamer here. Her serve. Tania Zimmerman up for Barkley off the top of the net. And off Conley, 22-17. Madison Adams out, Macy Branch in. Conley out, and Holslander back in for Elmwood. Elmwood led all the way in this one. And Branch hits that one off of Holslander into the bleachers, 22-18. Be a huge comeback if the Cyclones can get it here. Macy Branch again at the serve. And Holslander brings it up to the net. Tipped down by Barkley and good. 22-19. Been down by as many as 12 in this one, trying to chip their way in. Macy Branch at the serve. Kellenberger brings it up. Ramirez helps it out. And now Burge will drive it over off of Zimmerman. Tipped up by Kellenberger. Up to Egan. She'll pound it. Saved one-handed by Starbuck. Up to Alexa Barkley. And Kellenberger digs it. Ryan outside Ramirez. Off the blocks. And Sullivan at the wall. But Barkley couldn't get it out of there. And a side out for Elmwood. High drama here at West Prairie. Kellenberger. It's off Nia Zimmerman. Sullivan on the outside, Liv Barkley into the net, and it's game point for Elmwood. Game point here for Elmwood. Low line drive, Zimmerman hits it sideways, Sullivan flips it across. Kellenberger there off the ceiling. And the Cyclones get it back at 24-21, or 24-20. Liv Barkley out. Kennedy Webster will come in to serve. Webster slap driving it into the floor. Ready to serve here. High floater, back row. Holslander up to Ryan. Ryan, Burge, wind up off of Branch. Sullivan flips it over, but out of bounds, and it's 25-20. We go to 3 games here in this one. Cyclones won at 25-20. Elmwood wins at 25-20 back. And so that'll usher us into a 3rd game here. We'll be back in just a moment on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by NDH. Ready for game number 3, and of course it is a 25 as well in the regular season. And it looks like the Cyclones will serve it here first on the floor for the Trojans. It is Kellenberger, centers, Holslander, Burge, also Begner and Ryan. For the Cyclones, it is Madeline Sullivan at the serve. Liv Barkley, J.C. Reynoso, Madison Adams, Nia Zimmerman, and Abby Starbuck. Sullivan with the serve, back row off Kellenberger. Loaded up front, Ryan brings the outside. Begner back row, Liv Barkley mishit it. Starbuck brings it up, and Sullivan drives it over. Centers takes it, and then to Burge. Sullivan, nice job of popping it up, brought across. They bring it back way to Burge again. Nice dig by the Cyclones. Adams across, and centers brings it up. Look, fake into Burge, coming outside. Sullivan brings it back. Kellenberg kicks it high. Centers up with it, and Burge, back row. Starbuck takes it. Zimmerman saves it, but off the ceiling and out of bounds. 1-0 the lead here for Elmwood as they get the side out. Elmwood had a 19-7 lead, survived and made it a 25-20 game. Paige Ryan to serve now. Her serve off of Liv Barkley. Sullivan high with it up to Adams. Able to put it in and good. Madison Adams drops one home. 1-1 tie here. And back to serve comes Nia Zimmerman. Her serve. Kellenberger underneath it. Up front for Holslander. Into the block of Reynoso. In down for a 2-1 Cyclone lead. 2-1 Cyclones lead it here. Nia Zimmerman will eye it up and let it fly. Low line drive off Kellenberger. Ryan high up with it. Holslander across. And the Cyclones play it. Zimmerman for Adams, tips it over. And they load it for Bird. She'll flip it through. Adams keeps it high. And Madeline Sullivan hits it into the net, makes it 2-2. Side out for Elmwood. Kellenberger out. And Ramirez comes in front row. Served by Begner into the net. Side out for West Prairie. They lead 3-2. Alexa Barkley in. J.C. Reynoso out. And Abby Starbuck at the serve. Ramirez takes it. Bring back, set it for Hulett. She'll lollipop it out of bounds. I don't know that she was ready to hit that. And it is now 4-2. Cyclones lead it by 2. Abby Starbuck serving. Line drive off Ramirez. Burge pops it high and Ramirez brings it over. Cyclones loaded up. Sullivan to Barkley. Bumped over. And centers has it. Ryan up outside. Ramirez tips it over. Out of bounds it goes. 5-2. Cyclone lead here. Starbuck serve off of Ramirez. To Ryan, set up for Ramirez to bump through. Zimmerman pops it up. Sullivan high in the air. Liv Barkley into the net with it. It's 5-3. Egan will check in. Centers out for the Trojans. And now serving is Burge. Her serve, line drive to Liv Barkley. High up in the air. Sullivan back over for Alexa Barkley. And Ryan digs it. Kellenberger helps it up front. Ramirez hits it across. Liv Barkley up with it. Sullivan back across. Kept alive. And Kellenberger through with it. Up to the net. Ramirez down and good. 5-4. 1 point advantage here for West Prairie. And you can tell it is going to be a fight in this game 3. Zimmerman to Sullivan, up for Alexa Barkley. Kellenberger keeps it alive. Ryan up front, Ramirez, and Liv Barkley has it. They'll bring it for Zimmerman to hammer through, but hits it into the net. We're tied at 5. Tied up here at 5. Burge brings the serve to Zimmerman. Up front, Sullivan keeps it alive. Alexa Barkley puts it in and good. And makes it 6-5 Cyclones. Madison Adams comes out. And now Macy Branch in to serve it here. Branch. Eyes and sends. Hulett. And Ramirez and Ryan couldn't decide who was going to take it. Drops home 7-5. Cyclones once again with an advantage. Branch off of Burge. That one over into the bleachers and makes it 8-5. 3-point lead now, 8-5 here for West Prairie as they try to gain a little traction. Branch off Hulett. Popped high in the air for Egan. Cyclones will play it here. Liv Barkley, back row, Kellenberger with it, but hits the out stick. And the lead is 4 at 9-5. Timeout by Elmwood. We'll step aside. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MBH.
I think the rewarding parts of my job are seeing people over time and seeing getting to know them and getting to know their families. And that's very exciting to see them and get them better over time, especially if I'm able to find out something that other places haven't. And that's kind of what drew me to family medicine. You know, I try to get along with people and treat them as I would my family. Do what we can to get the patients taken care of day in and day out. It's pretty supportive. I'm Dr. Michael Waters. I'm a family physician here at the McDonough District Hospital Family Clinic.
Back here as the Cyclones trying to take control and win this in 3. Leading here by a 9-5 score. Macy Branch sends it off the tape, and Ramirez is going to be loaded back up. She hits it into the net. Actually, they're going to say it was down on West Prairie's side, 9-6. Elmwood again trying to fight their way back in. Hulett out. Conley coming in. Conley. Serve off of Starbuck to Sullivan. Alexa Barkley out of bounds. And right back comes Elmwood. Now actually going to say it was touched. Dace going to say it was touch. I didn't see it, but Official called it. Kennedy Webster in to serve here. Her serve, back row, popped up by Holslander. Up for Ramirez. That one is good and in. Side out back to Elmwood. It is 10-7. Begner comes in, and Ramirez out, and Kellenberger back to serve. Liv Barkley in, and Kennedy Webster out here for West Prairie. Kellenberger eyes it up, brings it over, and Starbuck takes it for Sullivan back sets. Barkley partially blocked, kept alive. Egan stuffed, and they'll call a lift as Sullivan able to get to it, and it makes it 11-7. Casey Reynoso in, Abby Starbuck out. Alexa Barkley with the serve, taken by Kellenberger. Ryan loading up for Begner, stuffed, kept alive, flipped over, and the Cyclones play it up for Zimmerman off of Burge, off the ceiling and down. And again, the Cyclones press the advantage. Alexa Barkley serving here with the 12-7 advantage. Her serve off of Kellenberger. Ryan tried to tip it over right into the tape and makes it 13-7. Cyclones taking a 6-point lead, maybe trying to drive this one home. As Alexa Barkley comes back, fires it over. Burge takes it up to the net. Sullivan pounds it home and makes it 14-7. Timeout called by Elmwood. We will step aside as well. 14-7. West Prairie leads right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
The MDH Community Pharmacy in Macomb is open 7 days a week, including extended hours on the weekdays for your convenience. Our team is available to answer questions about all your medications, and we offer free local home deliveries. Aetna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Medicare, and most insurance plans are accepted. McDonough District Hospital, your community healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
Cyclones hanging on here, leading by 7. Alexa Barkley the serve. High floater taken by Holslander. Burge, the back row attack off of Alexa Barkley, down and good. 14-8. Again, Elmwood just keeps sticking around in here. And now Lexi Centers will go as Egan came out. Centers sends it off Abby Starbuck up to Sullivan, over for Nia Zimmerman. That one out of bounds. So here we go again. Cyclones inch forward a little bit, and then right back comes Elmwood. Centers eyeing again, line drive, Starbuck up to the net, and Begner right down off the block of Sullivan to make it 14-10. They just will not go away. Center serve off of Zimmerman. Liv Barkley helps it up, and Sullivan will bump it over. Kellenberger plays it. Ryan back set. Burge stuffed and down as she was able to get it off of Zimmerman, and the lead's down to 3. Lexi Centers, it's not anything, or Sammy Centers, it's not anything overpowering, but it's a good serve, and she comes down the line off Starbuck. Sullivan sets it up. Nia Zimmerman off the blocks. Kellenberger digs it back up to the net. Reynoso able to put it down and make it 15-11. Madison Adams in. Macy Branch out. Madeline Sullivan will serve it here. Sullivan coming to it. High, deep floater, and out of bounds it goes. 15-12. Paige Ryan will come back. We'll let it go here. Again, Elmwood trying to sneak their way back in here. Serve off of Barkley, up in front, Sullivan back sets, Nia Zimmerman into the net. And did not get across the recommended daily allowance of 3 hits, cuts it to 15-13. 15-13. Paige Ryan eyes it up, fires it across. Starbuck high in the air to Sullivan, up for Reynoso, off the blocks. Kellenberger has it. Bring it up to Burge, off the blocks, down and good, and it is 15-14. Timeout by West Prairie. Will step aside as well. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Every McDonough District Hospital sports medicine and rehabilitation patient receives one-on-one appointment times with a licensed staff member. They develop a personalized recovery and treatment plan to turn your setback into a comeback. We offer physical and occupational therapy, vestibular rehabilitation, speech-language pathology, cardiac and pulmonary rehabilitation, dry needling, and pelvic floor therapy. MDH, your community physical therapy partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
We are back here as Paige Ryan brings back row off of Starbuck. Sullivan saves it. And now Nia Zimmerman hits the back row off center. Set up for Burge. Down and get off the hands of Liv Barkley. And it is 15-15. Looked like the Cyclones were going to pull away at 13-7. And back here comes Elmwood. Cyclones need a stop. As serve off of Starbuck. Sullivan on the fly to Reynoso. And Kellenberger takes it. Ryan up to Burge, to the back row, but just a little bit too long. And a side out back over to West Prairie. Nia Zimmerman serves. Zimmerman serve, back row off of centers. Goes up, Burge gonna pump it back row. Starbuck has it, but nobody home up front. And we're tied at 16, a race to 9. As Ramirez in, Kellenberger out, and Begner back to serve. And Begner a little bit too short on the serve. Side out comes back over to West Prairie. Abby Starbuck back here. And her serve to Ramirez, up to Ryan for Burge, off the blocks. Starbuck takes it. Sullivan loading up for Liv Barkley. That one, they say it was in on the back line. Looked a little out to me, but the official has the call there. 18-16, Cyclones lead by 2. And Starbuck lets it go. Ramirez up loaded and hits it to Sullivan. Starbuck pops it up. Sullivan the back row attack. Kellenberger digs it. Ryan gets it out of that. Burge pops it over. And the Cyclones will play up front to Barkley. Nope. Liv Barkley keeps it alive. And Ryan up with it to Ramirez. That one dug by Zimmerman, but Sullivan not able to get it out of the official stand. And once again, Elmwood stays alive. Centers will go out and Egan will come in. Burge will serve. Line drive serve. Nia Zimmerman takes it. They load for Alexa Barkley. And it is in and good. 19-17. Looks like we're going to score every point on the way here. Serve by Macy Branch. Nice serve up to net. Liv Barkley puts it down. They brought back up. Egan's with it. Off the hands of Branch and down. It is 19-18. (19-18). Conley in to serve here. High floater serve. Starbuck gets it. Sullivan has to help it out. And Alexa Barkley tips it over. Conley keeps it alive. Fake on the outside. Coming to Ramirez. Blocked. And it is out of bounds. We're tied at 19. They're going to bring Madison McClure in for Macy Branch. As Conley will serve it, 19-19 tie here. Serve to Nye Zimmerman, up into the net. Sullivan gets it out. Zimmerman brings it across. And Burge has it for Elmwood. Outside to Ramirez. Off Zimmerman. Up to Liv Barkley. Hits it in the net. And Elmwood has rallied into the lead. 20-19 they lead it here. Conley drops it in. Sullivan flips it over. Kellenberger fake to Egan, up to Ramirez, off the blocks, down and good, and the lead is now 2. Timeout called by West Prairie. 21-19, Elmwood leads. Let's take this timeout on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
The MDH Community Pharmacy in Macomb is open 7 days a week, including extended hours on the weekdays for your convenience. Our team is available to answer questions about all your medications, and we offer free local home deliveries. Aetna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Medicare, and most insurance plans are accepted. McDonough District Hospital, your community healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
Elmwood with a 21-19 lead here. Conley the serve. Brings it off Nia Zimmerman. Sullivan setting up. Alexa Barkley. Ramirez keeps it alive, but can't do anything with it. And so 21-20, side out for West Prairie. Kennedy Webster will come in to serve. Kennedy Webster trying to drive it home for the Cyclones. And her serve long and out of bounds. 22-20, Barkley back in as Begner in, Ramirez out, and Kellenberger will serve. The Trojans trying to take this one home. Serve off Liv Barkley. Sullivan up with Alexa Barkley. Dug up, sent across. And the Cyclones will load it again. Zimmerman blocked and tipped across. McClure takes it. Sullivan across, off the floor again. Here comes Begner, hits it back row, and out of bounds. Just a little bit long here. 22-21. JC Reynoso in. As Alexa Barkley goes to serve, that one hit sideways. Begner helps it out. Burge tips it over. Liv Barkley to Sullivan. They're going to bring it outside. Zimmerman down and good. And we're tied at 22. Alexa Barkley loading it up again. As Barkley serves it off of Olslander. They bring it for Burge. The back row attack. Saved by Alexa Barkley. Outside for Zimmerman. Into the net. And Elmwood is back into the lead. Man, this has been back and forth. Egan goes out. Sammy Centers in. 23-22. It has been a knockdown drag out all the way. Center serve. Liv Barkley up with it. Sullivan outside. Zimmerman out of bounds. And it's game and match point here for Elmwood. Macy Branch in. Madison McClure out. And Sammy Centers will serve it here for Elmwood. Serve off Starbuck. Backed her up a little bit. Sullivan. Zimmerman tipped up by Hulslander. And it's 24-23. The Cyclones with Madeline Sullivan back to serve. Macy Branch out, Madison Adams in. Sullivan loads it up. Serve off. Kellenberger hits it sideways. And the Cyclones tied at 24. We got overtime. Madeline Sullivan ready to let it go here. High floater again, centers up with it. Burge pounds it down, Barkley saves at the floor, up to Zimmerman, partially blocked. Pop tie, Begner up with it. Ryan bumps it through, and now Sullivan has it. We'll tip it back row, Kellenberger up for Ryan, she'll flip it over, and Cyclones can't save it, back to Paige Ryan will get a chance to finish it off here for Elmwood. Ryan serve, back row, Starbuck off the ceiling, drops down, and Elmwood rallies to win it in three. As they win it in three, 20-25, 25-20, 26-24 to take this one home in three. Folks, a heavyweight fight here tonight, but the Trojans able to come away with the win. That'll do it for us. We'll wrap it up here. Thanks for tuning us in. Thanks for turning us on.